More people swim and bathe for recreation than indulge in all other sports combined. Some can swim, some cannot, but all are attracted by the restful, health-giving recreation afforded by water sports. Too often, the swift tragedy of drowning mars the beauty of the swimming scene. Every good weekend during the summer, from 100 to 150 lives are claimed by the water. Any fair swimmer can master the technique of life-saving, as have the two men who appear in most of the scenes of this picture. They are average swimmers who have studied and practiced life-saving methods until they are equipped to meet any common emergency in the water. The ring buoy with line attached, thrown beyond the victim and drawn within his grasp, will bring him ashore quickly and safely. This method has a range of 50 to 60 feet, but when he is too far away for a throw, a rowboat is reasonably safe, provided the victim is lifted over the stern, where his struggles will not upset the boat. Before any swimmer attempts to learn life-saving, he should be able to dive, swim several different strokes, hand over hand, either crawl or trudgeon, side stroke with a strong scissors kick, swim on the back, swim a fair breaststroke, and dive from the surface. Every swimmer, as a matter of personal safety, should be able to float or rest in a floating position when tired. Tread water, using the legs alone so that the hands may be free for other purposes. Be able to get rid of clothing that would hinder his swimming when a boat upsets or sinks. Swimming hand over hand, the head is held high to watch the victim or the spot where he went down. The side stroke is changed to a shallow arm pull, leaving one arm free to carry the victim. When it is necessary to use both hands in a carry, the leg stroke alone must be powerful enough to carry the double load, and the best stroke to use is the regular scissors turned upside down like this. To locate a victim lying on the bottom, the rescuer must know how to swim underwater. The quick reverse is necessary to level the victim. Watch it underwater. Safety prescribes a shallow dive. In getting off the beach, run until the water slows you down, then fall forward in swimming position. In strange waters or from high points, always go feet foremost. A quick reverse, the chin is seized, and stroking vigorously, the victim is brought to a level position. Watch it again underwater. Dive from the surface when 6 feet or more away from the victim and swim to a position at his knees. Grasp the knees and twist sharply about. Slide up, pick up his chin, and level off. Seize the wrist, right to right or left to left, pull and twist, turning victim about. Grasp the chin and level off. Now underwater. If the victim sinks as you approach, surface dive and follow him down before he sinks too deep to be recovered. Here is a rescue from the beginning, so that you may see the transition from the approach to the carry. After the person is leveled, the hand slips from the chin down across the chest without losing control of the victim. In the carry, the victim's shoulder is tucked tightly into the armpit of the rescuer, and the rescuer's body is squarely beneath that of the victim. This carry permits the greatest freedom for the rescuer. There is only one point of contact. No attempt should be made to lift the victim's head. The carrying arm is rigid. Here again, the face is pulled along the surface of the water. The victim is kept at arm's length so that the rescuer has plenty of room to kick. When the tired swimmer asks for help, he turns on his back, and in this position, with his hands on the rescuer's shoulders, he is pushed to safety. The rescuer takes the victim in a cross-chest carry, and with easy strokes and a minimum of forward motion, supports him in a horizontal position. Misjudging his distance, the rescuer swims into a front headlock. Getting a bite of air, he ducks under and applies leverage against the face and upper arm, releases the hold, turns the victim, and starts his carry ashore. Now watch it at normal speed. There is an alternate method in which the rescuer presses the victim away, slips the hold off the back of the head, and turns him over. Watch it again. When caught by the wrist, the rescuer uses the leverage of his foot against the victim's shoulder to break the hold. Occasionally, a swimmer is caught unexpectedly from behind. In this case, leverage is applied to the bent arm, the hold is loosened, and the rescuer slides out to the rear of the victim. When two persons get into difficulty, the rescuer again uses leverage of the foot to separate them. And since there's no practical way of carrying two victims at the same time, one must be left to fend for himself while the other is carried ashore. On reaching the dock, the rescuer swings one of the victim's hands, then the other, up over the edge and clamps them in place while he climbs out. Turning, he seizes the wrists and lifts the victim waist high and lets the upper body down. Then he swings the legs until the victim is lying at full length on the dock. In shallow water, the rescuer floats the victim in front of him face up. He then turns, drapes the victim across the hips, and walks ashore. In the fireman's carry, the rescuer ducks and rolls the victim onto his shoulders. Then the rescuer moves to shore and places him on the ground. Watch how the victim is eased from shoulder to ground to avoid injury. Extend one hand beyond the head, place the back of the other hand against the cheek, and roll the body over. Quickly, the operator takes a position astride one knee, and with arms straight, the weight is swung forward onto the hands. Note the position of the hands, about a palm's breadth apart on the small of the back, little finger following the line of the lowest rib, and thumbs hanging naturally alongside the fingers. To apply the pressure, the weight of the body and not muscle power is used. Note here the parallel action of straight arms and thighs. The position for a tall operator working on a short victim is governed by gripping the victim's leg just above the knee. 12 to 15 pressures per minute is ample to provide good ventilation. Swing forward 2 seconds, release on 3, sit back and rest on 4 and 5. Resting on the back of the hand, the victim's face is held clear of the ground and in position to receive a good supply of air, while the operator unhurriedly and rhythmically swings his weight back and forth. He watches for signs of returning animation. His ability to see the face clearly is aided by his position astride the knee on the side toward which the face is turned. You will note that in releasing the hands from the body, they are rolled outward, so the little finger disengages last. This is to prevent scuffing or slipping, a process which very quickly breaks the skin. When the skin is broken, the hands must be shifted to a higher and less effective position on the ribs. The first requirement of an apparently drowned person is oxygen. The second is warmth. To keep the person warm, blankets or coats should be secured for cover. You will notice that the blanket is placed over the victim quickly, but without breaking the rhythm of resuscitation. The covering should be well tucked down under the sides and along the legs. Pressure can be applied just as well through a blanket as on the bare skin. From 20 to 30 minutes is about the length of time a single operator can continue. The relief operator must take over without any break in the rhythm. He takes position. At the word relief, Operator number 1 falls off. Operator number 2 applies first pressure from the side, then strides across both knees and shifts into final position. Note the knee position of this short operator, well up in the crotch. And so the process goes on, perhaps for hours, until the person recovers or until it is certain there is no hope for recovery.